Hello everyone, Mike Rempel from Another Set of Eyes with today's Excel Bytes blog post. Today we're going to take a look at three different types of grouping with pivot tables in Excel. So let's jump right into it. Here we go. So here I have two different data sets. One is some sales data, units, dollars, salesperson, etc. Another one is a list of part numbers that goes from 1001 down to looks like 1300 in the quantity of those part numbers. And I'm going to use both these tables to show you the examples for pivot table grouping. So first we got to create a pivot table. Click anywhere in this data set. Click Insert Pivot Table, put it on another sheet, say OK, and here I'm going to take the units and throw those in the values and the date and throw those in the rows. So I basically have the units for every day of the data that we had in our table. And let's say I want to group these by month. All I have to do is right click anywhere in a date and select Group. And Excel will prompt me what's my start and ending date, and that's the first date and the last date of the data that we had in our data range. Notice it goes from January 1st, 2012 to October 31st, 2013. So it spans almost 2 full years. And it defaults to month. So if we say OK, because we wanted to see the total units by month, I click OK, and notice Excel will group those by month. But the problem here is, if I double click, say, on January and look at the detail of that, you'll see it picked up the January for both 2012 and 2013. So if you want to do groupings but not have the months or quarters, etc., from multiple years be grouped together, what you need to do, and I'm going to go ahead and delete this real quick, what you need to do when you do your grouping, I'm going to ungroup that, is right click, say group, and select both months and years and say OK, and now you can see Excel has 2012 and then 2013 kept separate. In this layout, I actually prefer to go to a tabular form, which breaks it down a little, to me, more visually logical. But still, you can see it's broken it down between 2012 and 2013, so it doesn't combine months from different years. Okay, the next type of grouping is going to be just random grouping. I'm going to go ahead and throw this data out here, and I'm going to just go ahead and bring in salespeople there and regions in the rows. And let's say I want to take the 6 regions that we have and combine them down into 3. What I'm going to do is click on the 2 that I want to group. I'll hold down my control key to do that. Right click and say group. And Excel now group those together, Central and Midwest. And let's say I want to take Northeast and Northwest, and I'm going to group those. And then also take South and Southwest, and I'll group those. And I can go ahead and change the name. Let's say I want to change that to Central, and I want to change this group to North, and finally the last group, I'm going to make that South. Then I can go up to the subtotals command here, select that, and say show all subtotals at bottom of group, and now I have a nice table that shows me not only the 6 regions I originally had, but totals of the 3 different groups I've created. Finally, the last way we're going to show grouping is using this parts number and quantity. As we looked at before, the part numbers go from 1001 down to 1300, and I want to group them in lots of 50 because let's say every 50 part numbers is a different style of product. So let's first create our pivot table. I'm going to go to Insert Pivot Table, put it on a new sheet, and here we have that. I'm going to throw part number into the rows and quantity into the values. And I'm going to right click anywhere on a part number, click Group, And Excel will tell me, okay, gives me the first and last, starting number 1001, ending at 1300. And let's say I want to group in groups of 50, and I'll say, okay, now Excel has created lots of 50, 1001 to 1050, 1051 to 1100, etc., and given me the quantities for those. And there you have it, 3 different types of grouping that you can do with pivot tables. I hope it's useful to you. I hope you like it. Thanks for stopping by, and if you'd like to see more, please feel free to go to my website, excel-bytes.com, and I hope you subscribe. Happy excelling.